All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to prep the cutout hole for the sink for mounting, clean up the area, and put on our glue blocks so that when we chemically bond the sink to the countertop, it does not glacier or slide on us. So the first thing I'm going to do is just simply take the pencil, reach down in the drain hole, and draw a rough circle so I get an idea where the center drain is. Then I'm going to take the sink, flip it back over, and remove it. Now I have on this pencil line the outside perimeter of my sink. I know that this is going to be where the drain is, and when I mount the sink, I will be using a clamp to help hold the sink down to be able to give pressure for the sink and the counter to come together. So I'll take a hole saw, and usually you'll take at a bare minimum a 2-inch or a 3-inch hole saw. Another battery. So you'll want to make sure typically that the battery you have is fully charged. Yeah, we need a stronger battery for this. There. So drilling through the Corian, it's 1/2 inch thick. So you'll want to make sure that the battery you use is stronger than the average battery that comes with it. It's a 1/2 inch thick material that is comprised of basically plastic and polymers. Okay, so we're using an acrylic based material. There's also a polyester solid surface, but that's much more brittle. I prefer the acrylic base. Okay, so we take this, we just brush off our extra dust in the area. Corian dust is similar to, if you think of like sawdust, and anything that you can cut with wood, you know, like any instrument that you use in cutting wood, that's what you use in cutting Corian. It cuts basically the same way. So now that we have our hole drilled, what I do is I look at that perimeter, and our ring on our sink is 1 1/8 inches wide. So 1 1/8 inches coming in, so say I marked 2 inches. This going all the way around is going to be the area that the sink will bond with the countertop. So that means that in that area, I need to make sure that I have no pencil marks, or this product comes stamped on the back side with an ink stamp. You have to sand off the ink stamp. You're not going to sand through the countertop. It takes a lot to be able to sand off just even a little on Corian when you're doing it by hand. But you want to make sure it's clean and neat so that you have it set. So now that I have that area clean, I double check my sink just to make sure it looks okay. I take it and I flip it back over, and I line it up with what I've already done on my pencil marks. from a previous video, and I double check everything one last time measurement wise. I make sure that I'm where I want to be all the way around. And even though Corian puts marks everywhere to be able to help line everything up, you can't always count that those marks are dead center. So I double check my center line, and I know that I line up with what I figured. I have my bowl mark to the front, I know where it goes. So now I will take a hot glue gun and I just usually use either particle board or plywood blocks, and you take them and you put a small amount of glue on, and then you'll adhere the block here. So we're going to glue up all our blocks all the way around the sink, and then once we're done with that, then we'll do the chemical bond for our sink.